Page 20, the Shoe Cobbler. Here we're using our new note E, and we got the hands playing together and things are getting a little more involved. So let's go through the routine that I've been going through to learn a new piece of music. No matter how complicated the music gets, I'm going to go through the same routine. This becomes a habit after a while. We'll look it over. It's 4 measures long. We have treble and bass clef. I see quarter notes and a whole note at the end. The hands sometimes are playing one hand at a time. Sometimes are playing together. All right, we can do that. But because they're playing at the same time, the hands, hello, okay. I'm going to take this one hand at a time at first to make sure I understand what each hand is doing, and then I'll go back and put them together. So at the beginning, it tells you 3 on the E. Remember our new note E? You need to know this. E is here. If I put 3 on E, that means the hand goes here. Well, we're in our C position again. So it's beat 1 is in the lower staff. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then the D's. And then at the end, the whole note. That's fine. Left hand, well, it's thumb on middle C, so it's here. And it gets 1 note at the beginning, and it gets 1 note in the second measure. Isn't this fun? And then third measure, B's. Okay, so I think I understand what the left hand is doing. Now we put the hands together and hope for the best. Here, we're in this position, right? So it's 1, 2, and you might hesitate. Here, that's fine. You hesitate all you want to. It's just, that's okay. When you first put the hands together, hesitating is normal. But it is very important that you work out those hesitations. You practice it and go over those parts where you're hesitating, so it is a steady beat throughout. Please don't get in the habit of letting hesitations stay, because if you do, they become part of your plan. You'll always hesitate. You'll be playing for people and you'll think, I won't hesitate this time. Yes, you will, because you practiced it that way. So get rid of the hesitations. They're okay when you start learning the piece, but get rid of them. As far as interpreting it goes, if you want to follow the commas in the words, it's up to you. They have tap, tap, tap. It means you can separate them here, lift up between the commas. Here. See, there's a little bit of silence between each one. I'm just cutting each note a little bit short, that's all. Now, see, in the last 2 measures there, I'm trying to connect them. There's nothing there. I can't connect repeated notes on a piano, but I do the best I can. I try and connect them. So I connect those. That's interpretation. Don't have to. You can just connect it all. Technically speaking, you could disconnect it all. But we'll talk more about that when we get into the symbols that tell you about connecting or disconnecting. See, I'm jumping a little bit ahead on the interpretation because I want you to get into the habit of interpreting the music. You learn it first mechanically. It's just mechanic. Get the notes and the rhythms. I mean, a computer could do this. You just learn it. But once you have the notes and rhythms learned, then you get into the music and you think about what's it sound like. Because if I play this just everything connected, that might sound okay. But if I can get into the music and start feeling it, it adds a little bit of musicianship to it, to musicality. You start feeling it. And when you can play it and feel it that way, the people listening to you will also feel it that way. And it sounds so much more musical and so much better if you can get in and start feeling the music. You don't need to play as fast as I played. You play it at your speed. Speed's not important here. I'm talking about lifting up between the notes right now or connecting them. That's all I'm talking about here. There's other things we can do to interpret music. We'll talk about those later. I'm just sticking with this for now. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. I am going to disconnect, but when there's commas, I'm going to disconnect those notes and I'm going to connect the last 2 measures together. That's interpreting the music. You don't have to do that. All this Play With Me is for is to make sure you have the right notes at the right time. We're not performing it. Close to perform, but we're not performing it. But I want to show you the interpretive side of it. So I'm going to disconnect here when the commas are there. I'm going to connect when there's no commas. So I'll give us 4 counts because there's 4 beats in a measure. Let's play it together slowly. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, off. There's a duet part for this, the teacher's part. I want to play that, and you play what we just played. I'm going to connect the teacher's part. I'm going to connect everything here, but you can disconnect, but you can play them short if you want to. However you want to interpret it, that's fine. I'll give us 4 counts. Now the teacher's part has a bunch of half notes in it, and it's important that we stay together. I can't hear you, I can't follow you. So I'm going to change the teacher's part just a little bit, so I'm playing quarter notes on every beat. It just works out better. That way you can hear the beat is what I'm after. 1, 2, ready, go.